Hey everybody, welcome to another Valley Forged. Today, I'm back on the Monport. Light burn compatible, and that's the main thing. You know, I'm really starting to think this should, for most people, be the first laser you get, and I might do a video on that. Just the light burn version of this, you can get it here. It's $50 extra with the light burn, and I really do think it's the way to go for many reasons, and I'll just get into those in another video. But in this video, I'm specifically going over the cooling system and the cooling system that came with it, not the CW3000 chiller, which may be your best option considering everything we're going to talk about today. You know, you got to think, is it worth the extra $130 to get this water cooler? Really, it's like a swamp cooler for a laser. This isn't an actual chiller, but an actual chiller costs the same exact price as the laser. So you're thinking, you know what? I could probably just save up for a better laser if I'm going to go that way. But so if you get the just basic Monport with light burn, it has pretty much everything you need. And yes, Monport gave me a discount link and I put it in the description, but even if you didn't use my link, I still think this is the best machine for the money as far as the 40 watt CO2 goes. And I went over that in the last video. So you can go watch that one if you want to. This one's really just about cooling, so let's get on with that. And I'm going to say for the price, you're just going to stick with the regular cooler. It works fine. I've set it up. It's running perfectly, but there are things to think about and things you need to get to run it correctly, no matter what kind of chiller you get. I mean, where do you live? Is it going to freeze at all? I mean, I'm even in California and it freezes sometimes. So you're going to have your water in the tube and is it going to explode? You know, is algae going to get into it? Are, debris going to get into it, going to ruin it? How do you keep the bubbles out of the system? All these things have been thought about. And that's one of the cool things about having a K40 or a 40 watt, this particular type of model, is that so many people have done so many things that, believe me, it's out there. But I'm going to consolidate everything that I have learned when it comes to your basic water cooler that comes with it and what you need to buy and what you don't need to buy unless you're just going to go ahead and go with the CW3000. And that's the first thing I'm going to talk about. There are videos out there where people are sticking external coolers, and almost to a T, none of them are worth doing that I've seen. You might as well just go ahead and get the freaking $130 cooler and be done with it, because it does all of these things and more, because you're going to get the sensor with it. It's just going to be a better deal. But if you're just going to use the basic cooler that it comes with, there are still a few things you need to get. So let's go over to the desk real quick and I will show you. I'll be mentioning all these in the video, but I'm just giving you, just showing you what I have, what I actually got. I'm guessing this is probably around 40 bucks worth of stuff. And, some of it you absolutely had to have anyway, like the glycerin and the algae relief and the Dawn, no matter what you're going to use. But some of this stuff is optional, the flow meter and the battery packs and the extra hose and everything. Not absolutely necessary, but I thought that I actually just peace of mind knowing that the water is flowing. So let's get back to the video and I'll explain the rest. All right, so those are all the basic things I got. And a 5-gallon bucket, it's $10. I got mine at Home Depot with the lid. Make sure you get the lid and clean it out. Make sure it's nice and clean. You got to get your distilled water. Basically, I got 4 gallons of distilled water to go with my 1 gallon of glycerin. And how I came up with all of this. Now, I'm going to put this in the description. This is from Laser Gods, and it goes down, and it will ad nauseum go through everything about conductivity and contamination and cooling fluids and everything. But because you're watching this video, you're not going to need all that. I've showing you right here. Here's what they say. Use distilled water, little algae control, little Dawn liquid soap. You're good to go. Now, if you're in a place that might freeze, you're going to want to put some glycerin with that, 25%. And that's what I'm going to test out right now. Now, this is what they have come up with in the Lightburn forums. And I have read through all of them, and this seems like the best solution down to 8 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 13 centigrade, or Celsius. So if you go colder with that, you're just going to need to put in more glycerin. And believe me, there's long discussions about this I had to go through to get to this point. And there are RV cooling solution, like a RV antifreeze, is an option. It just doesn't seem to be as good as using glycerin because glycerin is less conductive. But I am going to throw some things in the description just for you to look at so you guys get an overview. Also, as you saw on the desk, I have this, not a flow meter, but flow. You can just look and make sure that it's flowing, which I think is extremely important. Also, this does come with a temperature control that's a little better than the one that comes with it, in my opinion. But you could go ahead and just use the one that's with it and not use this. I still found this is the cheapest one because it does come with the connectors, which if you look, a lot of the ones that you can buy here that are cheap, wow, they're not even cheap, right? Like $45. A lot of them don't even have connectors. And like this one doesn't have the thing that goes on the hose, and it's still more expensive. So from what I could find, this deal at $17, and it came almost right away, was the best deal I could find, even if you don't use the temperature control, which I'm going to. And this temperature sensor thing display fits right where the old display did, and it's backlit, and yeah, whatever. I decided to power it up with some battery packs, but you can put it right to the board. I just wanted to test it for a while first to make sure that it's what I really wanted before I soldered it to the board. I hope you took note of the hose size that I had there. I'll put it up on the screen. Now that is a slight bit bigger than the hose that comes with it. The hose that comes with it is a weird size, of course, as these things are, but it will fit over the normal hose adapters here. You just got to play with it. I went ahead and got a couple of things to put around it that would actually fit the hose, but this does seem like a great deal, and if it's not, I will let you know later, of course. And there is a video that I'll put in the description, which is the flow meter installation, in quotes. It is this one that I'm telling you to get, so that makes it nice and easy. So overall, if you just follow my instructions, I think that you're going to find that this is the perfect cheap solution. And, just monitor your water. I think the more water you have is actually better. Just engineers out there or smart people out there who know better can tell me, but I think the more water you have, the easier it is to keep it cool, right? Because you just have more volume. So there are other options probably to run fans over the water or something like that might help. But I think this is going to be just great for most people. And just keep an eye on the temperature. And if you want to have fun and do these other things just because you can, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. These K40s are awesome for just playing with and, making your own mods, which I plan on doing all day long here. So I probably have, 20 or so videos coming on this particular subject on this K40 type. But of course, interweaved, I'll still be doing lots of videos on LaserMaster 3 and especially Air Assist for both. This is just, one of many, many videos, and I will update this whole thing on how this is working for me and whether I'm going to make any changes. All right, I hope you learned something here. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want to know more about any particular thing or if one of these things just didn't work for you. All right, see you in the next one.